I'm Jamie Fisher.
And I'm Nick V.
Shall we talk about Wellington?
I don't know much about him.
Well, neither do the people watching. Some people may have watched this because the Wellington statue is going to be on the thumbnail.
So what do you know about him?
What's, apart from he's in the Navy? But he did a joke.
But interesting fact, who did he defeat at the Battle of Waterloo?
The French.
Who?
Is there more than one type of French? Was it the French?
It was the French.
Who cares what type of French it was, as long as the French
but
get
they
defeated.
They had a leader. What was his name? His name. There's a clue.
Well, he would have been a hit in that time,
wouldn't it?
Quite
short.
There's a bit narky to him around that area. I don't know.
Napoleon. So speaking of horses, I believe the British Army Museum has still got Napoleon's horse's skeleton.
That's a bit odd, isn't it?
Yeah, we've still got quite a lot of trophies. So Napoleon's pistols, because he was imprisoned on St Helena.
Doesn't Napoleon sound Navy-ish? Was he Navy as well?
No, he was. I think he was an artillery officer, Napoleon, who rose up quite quickly.
Not until this guy saw him.
Yeah, he became Emperor of France.
There you go. And he's got a statue here in Aldershot. We haven't mentioned that. We're in Aldershot.
We're in Aldershot,
home of the British Army. Allegedly. Where is it now?
Well, I don't know.
Well, we wouldn't discuss it anyway for security reasons. The Russians could be watching this. But yeah, we're in Aldershot, home of the British Army, and that's why Wellington statue's there. Randomly, there's two of these. There's not two of this one, but there's two statues here. So I almost went to the wrong one to record this video. The other one's
there's a bit more. There's one that's a bit more Nelson's column-y. So he's got a column near his old estate with a statue of him.
Also, it has insane amounts of traffic noise at the other one, so I'm glad this one's here, and this one's better.
This one is more imposing.
I mean, it's only a matter of time before that gets stolen. It's only a matter of time before that gets nicked. Is that real bronze?
I don't know.
Is it solid?
We'll have a wander up there and have a look.
We're going to wander up and we'll interject it over this video.
Do you want to talk any more about him? And how little you know? Why do you know so little about him? Why do you think it's so important? So unimportant?
It's not unimportant. It's not unimportant, but I just don't. It's okay not to care, innit? It's okay not to care.
I don't think it is. Why is it okay not to care and not learn from the past? Because that's essentially what we're doing. We're going to go around these places and we're going to learn from the past so that we don't repeat the mistakes of repeat those mistakes in the future. There's always good ideas that you can take from the past. I'm 13 years old, I'm considerably older than you, yeah? I ain't got a lot of time left, you know what I mean? I'm slowly dying. I'm literally slowly dying, so I like Cold War stuff, military stuff, World War II. I won't go to a World War I battlefield study tour. Oh no, I might do, because they're trains. They're trains, subterranean stuff,
I think
fortifications.
After World War World War I and onwards, I'm interested. There are a few things before that I'm interested in, like Victoriana, Victorian machinery, steam, yeah, all that, but I can't. What are you going to do? Spread yourself really thin over loads of ancient, like the whole of history, or are you going to focus on? If you go to like an educational institute, I bet you there's like someone who's dead into World War I studies. There are people, there's that guy on the internet that's dead into World War I studies. He don't spread himself thin over everything, just focus on a bit. Focus on a bit you like. You don't have to, like football, innit? People know exactly who plays for their team, how many kids they've got, what they do on a Saturday afternoon, but they won't know about their other teams.
No, that's true. I have a very broad interest. I like to know the key. I like to know the key things that happen, not any specific detail about everything, but I like to know the key things, because you always find links between those little islands in history. Links from Waterloo to the First World War, and I find it interesting that. Yeah, we're at the same distance away from the First World War as the First World War was from the Battle of Waterloo, where he fought. And in both periods, there have been significant technological leaps from the Red Line, so more like Sharp's way of fighting, through to the trenches, through to whatever's going to happen in the future. We don't know what's going to happen with cyber, robotics, automation. Who knows how the next war is going to be fought? And it's interesting to see those leaps in time. Waterloo, First World War, Second World War, and whatever we happen to encounter next. You
did make that interesting for me now. That did it. When you said there's the same tide between the water.
Yeah, I thought about this the other as in 1915 when 2015 when they were doing the Battle of Waterloo commemorations and the First World War commemorations at the same time. It hit me then that there was the same gap in time between 1915 and now, and 1915 and 1815, and the difference between those time periods was really interesting.
But as an electrical person, I'm into electronics as work and a hobby. after from World War II, not the first. World War II at the first bit was quite boring, wasn't it, and old. And then the technological advances through that, but definitely from the middle.
Well, it's the same in the First World War.
From the middle of the Second. That's true. From the middle of the Second World War till like the end of the Cold War, it was dead sexy. There was loads of cool stuff going off. Like so much technological advances going on.
Because there wasn't actually a war, was there? So I think that innovation must have been spread out over a long period. Whereas in the First and Second World Wars, there was a definitive war. So you had to innovate until you won in a rapid fashion. In the Cold War, there wasn't a major conflict going on. There was lots of proxy wars, but there wasn't a major conflict going on. So that innovation, and there wasn't a decisive end. So that innovation just got spread out over a long period of time.
We can both agree that war definitely increases the speed of advancement in technology, medical, general killing each other, rapidly, immediately.
Definitely. It's not a good thing. No one wants it, but it does increase.
I don't know.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely.
From a technological advancement point of view, war's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Obviously, people die and stuff.
Millions of people dying, not so good.
Yeah, well, what did World War II? What did we get out of Waterloo? What kind of advancement should there have been there?
Actually, from
was
the
using
Napoleonic.
Arrows? Is it a bow and arrow job? No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it a bow and arrow job?
Yeah, tell us.
When was the
what
last...
happened? What major innovation do you think came out of the Napoleonic
The two-penny
War?
musket. That's the first weapon, I think. First proper rifle issued was that. Sharp. We had this last night. So
Sharpshooters.
Someone last night, I questioned him, who is
Wellington,
and they said it's the Navy guy.
But
he did a joke.
He came into the room and said, we were just sat in the living room. He came in and said, I said, right, Jamie, I'll show you. Everyone knows who Wellington is. Who's Wellington? Came in and said, oh, wasn't he that sailor bloke? And I was fuming.
But he did it in a joke because he did it in a joke because he'd seen Sharp.
Yeah, he said, oh, wasn't he in Sharp?
On the flip side of that though, everything in Sharp is not bang on, is it?
No, well, it's for historical drama, isn't it?
Have you seen the Chernobyl thing? Have you seen the Chernobyl thing?
No, I haven't. I've
not seen the Chernobyl thing.
Neither of us seen it, but it'd be right up our street.
We need to see that, big up our street. But apparently, the kind of websites I go on, which makes it sound like I'm looking at pornography, the kind of websites I go on, there's a lot of people saying it's not right. It's not totally. It follows a timeline, but it's not dead correct. But then again, if it was dead correct, it would be really boring. I think it's in the
you've
right
got to
place.
have that balance. Otherwise, no one would watch it, and no one would learn anything from it because no one would watch it.
Like this. Yeah. No one's watching this or learn anything from it yet, unless we do an edit.
He's just learning about us.
Yeah. Well, we've heard about Wellington. He's got some lights on there. I don't think those lights in there are original to that statue, if I'm honest. But yeah, we've got. What's the old one? Is that? We shouldn't talk away from the mic. What's the old one? Is that a telescope? Or is that
probably orders or a beating stick?
Who was he in charge of?
Who was he in charge of?
The whole of the army?
No,
or the whole of the forces?
I don't know. He did become Prime Minister.
Did he?
Yeah, he fought in India, he became Prime Minister. Yeah, and he lived in Deal Castle, I think it was. Walmer Castle in Kent.
I think, if you've enjoyed this video, and shall we give away the date? If you have enjoyed this video, it's the start of August. Now, when this will come out, we don't know because we want to get 6 ready and edit them out. But if you have enjoyed this video, and I've enjoyed making this video so far, I'm going to go and look up on Wellington and research about him and find out some more about him so that I won't get embarrassed like an ass in the room. But what we're definitely not going to do is, that's it. We're done here now, we're not coming here again. We're not coming back to Wellington because we've done it.
No.
Well, I won't say we've done it, but maybe we've enticed your interest into it.
Yeah, and let us know, what do you think the main innovations were from the Napoleonic era? I think there was stuff on, was there latitude and longitude navigation?
Sextant.
The age of sail, so some kind of clock, but I don't really know, so get involved, let us know, and maybe we'll include it in our next video.
Don't get too involved though, because this bores me. It's before my era. We've got to go sexier places, but then again, we should...
Oh, that's a matter of opinion, because I do find it interesting, because I like the links.
This is why I need 2 of us, this is why I've got me 2 of us, because I've learned something, and I've enjoyed it, but not necessarily something I'd have learned if I hadn't have done this.
And we'll go to places that I probably find less interesting, because I think everything's interesting in a way. You can find everything interesting, you can find a way of relating to it, but there will be things that I find less interesting, but we'll see where the journey takes us.
We'll go. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you. What we're going to talk about farm.
It really could literally be. Someone could be dead in this bush behind us.
We've not really checked it out, have we? There could be a hand. She's legged off.
She's mugged it off. I bet they've only run from around the corner.
Maybe we're witnessing a crime.